Well, needless to say, the Norton Navigator is now back on the bike lift, and I will be setting about going in and seeing what I can find on the gearbox front, see where second gear's gone or what's broken or worn out or whatever. So it's just about the end of the day here, but one thing I noticed, and I commented on actually when I attempted to start it, to take it for that ride up and down the lane, was that it appeared to be flooded. And it was in fact flooded. Notice that the petrol tap is off, but we've got a trickle of fuel going through it. That's about as much fuel as some Indian Enfield petrol taps let through when they're on actually. But anyway, enough about them. I need to also add to the list the fact that I need to sort out the petrol tap, which gives a very good flow when it's open, but doesn't actually shut off completely when it's off. And this sort of quantifies what I found when I drained the wet sump crankcase. Obviously the oil tank was empty when this bike arrived here. There was a huge amount of oil in the engine and in the primary chain case. It was also very thin and smelt of fuel. Well, no wonder. This has been trickling away. We've also, it would appear, got a slightly sticky or dirty float needle or something in the carburettor, which I haven't touched the carburettor at all yet, apart from that tick over screw. And obviously when the time comes, I'll go in there and check and make sure everything's clean and working as it should. But if the float has been letting fuel past, there would have been a nice steady trickle going into the crankcase probably, with the float needle letting fuel past. So that's why the oil in the crankcase was so thin and smelt the petrol. So that's a job that I'll definitely be attending to. But for now, what I want to do is drain the tank anyway, because I don't want all that fuel just sort of running into the engine or running all over the workbench if I disconnect the pipe. So I'm emptying the tank, and soon enough we'll be going in there and I'm going to look and see what we can find in the gearbox that's causing the problem. So we didn't get our few miles ride after all, but one day hopefully we will. Fingers crossed.